Hi pilots, I hope you are well wherever you may be. In fact, where is that? Stick in the comments where you're watching from, just out of interest. So I thought I'd make a video on how I make paramotor videos, what camera equipment I actually use, the pros and cons of each of them, and we'll get in the air and we'll actually use the kit that I use, and we'll see how it turns out. So what's been happening since the last video? Well, I took delivery of my new MidFlightCrisis t-shirts. Mrs. Crisis has one as well. I've numerous designs and colours that I can get, and if I get a lot of responses, then it's maybe something I'll put in a shop or start selling them as well, so let me know. It was also Longside Airfield's Open Day. Now this is an annual event that they do. It's really worth going, so if you're in the northeast of Scotland, Aberdeen area, or you fancy a trip, it's worth going to at the end of August, beginning of September every year. So today, Longside Airfield are having an open day. So if it can fly, it's there. So I've been asked to take my paramotor and do a little bit of a show and tell. So anybody who's interested in paramotoring will hopefully have a chat with me. Let's go for a quick tour. Some nice cars there. Sadly, some are from my era. And quite a lot of aircraft. Some are stored here. Some flew in, actually, for the day, so it was quite good. But as we move forward, the most important aircraft of the whole place. And here's Mark Salt. He is the historian here at Longside Airfield. And check this video out. We've been here before, guys. Let's have a little look through, shall we? Hi, ladies. And here we have Eric. Fly with Eric all the time. Check his website out. Now, this gentleman, he lured me into here because he showed me the biggest Spitfire remote control aircraft I have ever seen. Unbelievable. That thing actually flies. And as you can see, we had quite a lot of interest. Right then, let's get the paramotor across into the field over there, and we'll get in the air and we'll use my equipment and we'll talk about it. See you in the air.
Okay everyone, it's between 5 and 8, gusting 8, 5 miles per hour. According to said windsock. So I'm going to get this early morning flight in and just go through all the cameras that I have. So I've got this old GoPro Hero 4 just for standard filming, and I do intend to stick that on a chase cam at some point. And there you go, I've got this camera, GoPro Hero 12, good bit of kit, I like the stabilisation on it. And in here I've got an Insta360 which I'll stick under my leg. So let's go crack on. Wings laid out, paramotor's primed, let's fire her up and get in the air before the thermals come. Tangles, I don't think. Right, first one, leave it in. Tangles, excellent. Should have a tango, everyone. Attempt 2. Won't buzz the neighbours. It's rude not to. So everybody, I've got an Insta360 here. Let's switch it on. There I am. How are you doing? So, jeepers, I am crabbing. It's a bit of a wind. Woo! So I've got an Insta360 here. And I use this so you get the 360 shots all round, which you sort of sort out in the editing software. So it's quite good. And what I do with this is I stick it under my leg, extend the pole, and stick it under my leg. And in that way you get a sort of a front view of me if you're looking. It saves fanning around. I've never really stuck it to my swing arm. Some people do stick them to there. I don't. I'd rather let the swing arm do its job, so there you go. Right, so we'll extend my pole and we'll stick under my leg. There we go. There you go. So, what I can do now in the editing software is kind of move the picture around. It's quite good. And that gives me a sort of a front view, down view, any view I want. And I can switch between the cameras in my editing software. So here's my 360, here's my GoPro, and here's the camera stuck on the fence, my Hero 4. I think when you're filming, I think sometimes, I mean, I've not come up here with any agenda for making a video. I thought I'd just come up and show everybody my camera systems and how it works. And I'm not 100% sure, and maybe someone can answer this, but I can't get, basically when I speak, it's going through my GoPro on my head, and then when I look at the video, I've got to kind of sync the sound and my lips moving to my Insta360.
So how do I get comms in the air with my GoPro? Well, you need the media module. That's the first thing, because in the back it's got all the connections to allow third-party equipment to connect into it so that it can access the recording from a separate microphone. In this case, I have a PM100. It's a Bluetooth version, but I feel I get better sound quality when it's connected straight into the media module. So PM100 comms on my helmet. You have this extra lead here. Where is it? All right. You have this extra lead here, which goes into the back, onto there, and has a jack plug on the end, which you can just see there. Can you just see it? There we go. And then that will connect into the back of the media module. So what happens is your GoPro slides into the media module like that and closes up. It's got two little bits that come out here. And for me, I've got one of these GoPro holders, which is basically stuck on with 3M tape, basically, that comes with it. So don't worry. This has been through hell and it hasn't fallen off yet, so I'm happy with that. The GoPro with media module then pretty much fits onto there, thus, and then on the back, the jack plug connects into one of the connectors on the new media module on the side there. And that's it. So now, when I switch on my GoPro and press record, there we go. It's obviously recording film footage on the front, and it's getting my speech from the microphone there. There you go. And it's not too bad. It still picks up a little bit of background noise, especially from the Paramotor. You can go and get other types of microphones. There's digital versions out these days, but you know, it costs quite a lot of money. So I'm happy with this at the moment. The sound quality it's acceptable, I think.
I can't seem to get them both to pair at the same time. It seems to be one or the other, and I think that's a common thing actually with the GoPros. But if anybody knows any different, that'd be great, because I can't seem to sync them both together. So basically, it's all down to crafty editing. I think, if I'm brutally honest about paramotoring as well, it almost writes itself. It's sometimes I've gone up, filmed, with no...
Your current altitude is near 450 feet, about 200 feet above ground. You are flying south at 15 miles per hour. The wind is coming from the southwest, near 1 o'clock, at 13 miles per hour. Takeoff is 0.4 miles away towards your 5 o'clock.
So sometimes I've gone in there with no intention really of with any story or filming, so I just film anyway. And sometimes you get a good bit of movie, so you end up making a film out of it. So and you can switch between your cameras, etc. It's quite good. So here's Frederick Castle. I jumped around this the other day on my other channel. I'll plug that. Wow. Outstanding. I'll get a bit higher. I'm going to go below 500 feet over people's houses. Interesting. That doesn't look like that from the ground. So, as I say, this writes itself sometimes because on my back I have a two-stroke engine and they can cause problems, shall we say. So sometimes there's maintenance to be done and problems and blah blah blah. So you can pretty much guarantee that you'll be making a maintenance video at some point. And if I'm honest, if I've got any problems with my paramotor, I always look on YouTube first to see if anybody's had the problem before and help me fix it, shall we say. So it's good for that. Woo-hoo! Oh, it's windy today, I think. This was just an impromptu, oh god. This was just a flight. Basically, I'll tell you the story. I woke up this morning, my wife was just getting ready for work, and she looked out the window, and she said, my god, it looks really nice out there, it looks good for flying. What a lovely wife. Love you, dear. And I looked out the window and I went, oh my god, that is not what the forecast was. Because the forecast was 8 to 12 mile per hour wind, so I was like, I won't bother. But it was actually between 5 and 8, so after a couple of attempts, obviously, we got in the air. So I thought I'd film. So yeah, this stuff writes itself in a strange way. So I thought I'd get up today and I thought I'd talk about the camera equipment I've got. So as I say, GoPro Hero 12. They're good actually. From I think 11 onwards, they've got the stability control, which is good because it gives you a nice stable filming, shall we say. My old GoPro Hero 4, which, there it is again, is good for other types of filming, say sitting it on the fence and recording my takeoffs and things like that. Oh my god, it's choppy. So yeah, that's what we do there. So if you're thinking about filming, get an Insta 360.
You have been flying for 10 minutes. Your current altitude is near 700 feet, about 500 feet above ground. You are flying east at 32 miles per hour. The wind is coming from the southwest.
If you're going to do YouTube videos, sadly you've got to invest in a little bit of camera equipment.
So everyone, this is my camera equipment basically. Not all of it was bought just to do YouTube. Some of it I had from years before, and I've basically just kind of started using it for this channel. So obviously, as discussed, I've got my helmet, PM100 and media module all connected together. So you've got in-flight forward-looking video and me nattering away on the microphone. I've got my old Hero 4 GoPro. It's a beast of a thing. That's used for just propping up against the side of a field when I'm doing videos of my wing or just general stuff like that. I'm off home for a cup of tea now because, as you can see, it's peace. Basically, to cut a long story short, I'm going to be using that on a chase cam as well. I've got various handles, which turns into a tripod. I've got my Chinese special microphones there. They seem to do the job. I've got my Canon camera. Again, that wasn't bought just for YouTube. It's a camera I had anyway, and I started to use it with my big furry microphone. My Insta360. I've got a couple of power banks just to keep me going if I'm out in the field and something runs out. Spare batteries from a GoPro. I've got a lighting thingamy-bob. Because basically the GoPro is not particularly brilliant in low light, and sometimes when you're filming in your house, it doesn't pick it up very well.
So there you go. The other thing you need is, obviously, when you get home, you're going to download all this footage. It doesn't take long. And you need a good bit of editing software. Now, I'm no expert. I'm still relatively average at editing. I'm still learning, and I use a thing called PowerDirector 365. And I pay a subscription for that every year. I can't remember how much, but there you go. That's how much it is. I'll look that up later. Some people may say it's terrible. Some people like it. It's had its problems. It's got a habit of crashing every now and then. I don't know if that's my computer. I've got a MacBook. It's relatively new, so can't see that being an issue. So, you know, it's some people have different preferences. So anyway, I use PowerDirector 365. It's quite easy to use, if I'm honest. Oh, hello cows, having a sleep? Can't blame you. Right, let's go down and have a look at Deer Abbey. This is quite an interesting ruin. Now, I walk the dogs there, but I've never flown over it, so, and I live 5 miles from it, so let's go and have a look at this. Right, let's fly over Deer Abbey. Here we go. Oh, there's Deer Abbey. Wow, interesting. From this perspective, quite choppy actually, so I'm going to get a little bit more height. There we go. Wow. They put some scaffolding around it, or Harris fencing, I can never remember the name of it, because it's an old one. Never flown over that before, brilliant. Oh, drop it. Skip some height.
You have been flying for 20 minutes. Your current altitude is near 700 feet, about 500 feet above ground. You are flying northeast at 39 miles per hour. The wind is coming from the southwest. You're 6 o'clock, at 12 miles per hour. Takeoff is 5.1 miles away towards your 9 o'clock.
Great hotel. Very nice meal there actually. Let's have a look at the observatory at Cowwood. Sadly, all of this down here used to be trees, and when you looked in this observatory, you were surrounded by trees. Shame they felled it, but then we had a massive storm a few years ago and it seemed to completely obliterate some of those trees, so it's a shame. But hey, I'm standing. Oh. Ah yes, we're going sideways now. Magic. Right, it's getting windy. I think I'll make my way back. And I'm suspicion the thermals are going to start coming my way. Right. Get some height. Well, 4.2 miles away. Kind of dropped about 13 miles per hour. Trims out fully. Headwind. Oh well. I'll be home in 10 minutes. So, it's the 360. Wow, what a piece of kit that is. Love it. You download the software onto the Insta software, or the footage onto the Insta software, and you can, while editing, move the camera around 360 degrees, hence the title. So it's quite good. It's good in low light as well. So if it's quite a dull, crappy day, then it's not too bad in low light as well. Picture quality is good, 4K, 5.7K. I've got the X4 version, there's an X5 out. Happy with that, to be honest. Now, GoPro 12. I have a love-hate relationship with it, if I'm honest. Battery time,
sucks. If I'm lucky, I'll get an hour. If I'm lucky. It's got a habit of just, I don't know, for no reason, crashing halfway through. So many flights I've had. In fact, look at the last one. I pressed play or record on my GoPro and it crashed straight away, and I was in the air and I didn't know about it. So I only got Insta360 footage. That's fine. Picture quality, I think, superb. I don't think you get much better. It's slightly better than the 360 for picture quality, very crisp. It's got good stabilisation in it actually, so you can move around and it'll keep the picture quite stable. Although that's got a tendency to crash now and then. On a couple of videos I made, they just suddenly stopped, so everything's moving about. It's like, that's it, you know?
So when I'm filming at the table here, for example, in general, I tend to use my Canon EOS 800D, which you can see here. And I've got a mic there made by Rode. For better sound quality, I think, not so much picture quality, because the Canon's pretty good, I tend to use my GoPro Hero 12. Now the good thing about that is I can fit my made in China special microphone to it, which seems to get rid of all the background noise and wind noise if you're outside. So this is what this sounds like. So this is me using my GoPro Hero 12. This gives the best sound quality, I feel. It gets rid of wind and I don't hear the background noise, etc, etc. So there's no echo either as such. So this is it with the microphone. And this is it without the microphone connected, and I'm using the external microphone on the media module that you can buy for the GoPro. And this is what it sounds like if I take the media module off and just use the GoPro's standard internal microphone. It may sound similar in the environment of my kitchen here, but if you're outside and it's windy, then it makes a massive difference. The GoPro on its own, you just get all the wind noise in the background and you can't hear the person speaking. With the media module, that's improved quite a bit actually, but the best one is when you have the microphone. Now, this is a cheap Chinese special, but it does the job, you know. I may invest in a DJI one or something a bit more up to date later on, but you know, it can cost a bit of money piling on all this camera equipment, so you got to make do with what you have. I think. The other thing about GoPros are, I don't think their low light is fantastic, so I've got here an extra lighting thingamy-bob that I got off of Amazon quite cheaply actually, so it does help.
It's so easy for me to say what I'm thinking. It's so obvious for you. My heart keeps beating. I don't mind. There's something about you that keeps me alive. How can I get to you this time? I won't chase you, I'll give you my heart tonight.
Any thoughts on the old GoPro? I've got the Hero 12 Insta360, which is sitting in front of me just now. Some people use DJI Action Cam, I think it is. It's meant to be the bollocks, so I don't know. I'll have a look at that in the future. But in the meantime, I've got a Hero 12 Insta360 and an old Hero 4, which we'll see in a minute. And that seems to just about do me okay. Thanks for coming with me. I enjoyed that. And here's the Hero 4. Right then, I think I've landed just in time because it was getting a little bit thermally, a little bit bumpy. The windsock's giving it plenty, so it's probably about 8 to 12 miles per hour now. So I've landed just in the nick of time. Right then, that's how I record, that's the equipment I use. Right then everyone, see you at the next video. It was a pleasure flying with you again.